Hey guys, who else is binge watching Love Story? John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette, and their love story as we follow along their iconic 90s romance. Now, while this series is not a documentary and it is dramatized events, some of the specifics that we are seeing aren't actually quite true. While this show is inspired by real events, of course, these are real individuals. This includes how this couple first met. Now, obviously, we see on the series they meet at an event, a Calvin Klein event, where it looks like Carolyn sneaks in and then Calvin Klein introduces her to John F. Kennedy Jr. Now, this may or may not be true. While they did attend events like this, according to historians, Carolyn actually fit John at Calvin Klein for several suits where he was smitten with her and asked for her number. Still a pretty good story. Now, we see that after the fact where he shows up at her work on the series, she does fit him for a suit. So that is somewhat accurate. And then we see the famous argument in the park. And while that argument actually did happen, there is actual video and photos of that with the paparazzi. Where it happened and when it happened are very different than what we see on TV. And the reason why they were arguing is Carolyn was upset with the way that John's friends treated him. And this story that is shown on the series is all about their love, so it makes sense why they would change that. Of course, there was no audio of this fight in real time, so that, of course, had to be dramatized for the show itself. And then we see the events of their wedding, and some of these events actually did not happen, including them falling asleep on the beach the night before their wedding. John was old school. He wanted to wait to see Carolyn the day of their wedding, so he actually slept on a cot somewhere else. But again, what looks good on TV is them falling asleep under the stars at the beach, along with a paparazzi helicopter above, and they were able to pull the wedding off without any paparazzi. Now, of course, we know they did get married in Georgia on that island. And we know we saw in an episode where Carolyn asked her future sister-in-law, Caroline Kennedy, to be her maid of honor. And Lauren, her sister, was pretty upset with this, but actually that didn't go down that way. Lauren was her maid of honor in real life, and Caroline was her matron of honor. So they all played a part. So the drama that occurred actually wasn't actually real drama. There was plenty of Kennedys within this wedding party. We also saw John talk about giving his mother's engagement ring to Carolyn. Now, while he did give her a ring that belonged to his mother, it wasn't the engagement ring. That was actually designed by another designer. But are you watching this series? What do you guys think so far? Drop your comments below.